Let's go.
Let's go, Bills.
Come on.
You've shown the tendency to be able to deliver in the fourth quarter with games on the line. What is it in you that enables you to do that and pull out a game like this?
I just want it more than anything.
What a game by the Buffalo Bills.
Let's go, man. Oh, my God.
35-32. In Bills fashion, they come out.
My God.
Maybe new Bills fashion. They come out and squeak out a win against the Los Angeles Rams. We got a full breakdown, offense, defense. We got our Josh Allen talk. What a game by the Buffalo Bills. Make sure you stay tuned for the video and watch the full thing. So let's get it. Welcome back to Amateur Hour Sports. I'm Trent with my co-host Jake. Look at his numbers. His numbers are insane.
I just have to say, never go all in on the Raiders.
Dude, all right. We're like, 15 minutes out from the game. My heart is still
just
racing.
Stopped shaking.
You can finally unclench. What a game. Just start to finish.
God.
Bills started off incredibly hot in that first half, got up 28-3. That second half came out absolutely flat.
Yep.
We had that garbage interception call that I'm sure we'll get into probably shortly because it's the first thing I want to talk about. And then Josh Allen in the clutch. First of all, got to give credit to Jared Goff and the Rams. They absolutely came back.
Aaron Donald is a man.
Aaron Donald
he's ridiculous how
problem.
much he affects the game. It's crazy.
It really is. You have to account for him every single play. And even when you do, he still makes plays.
Yeah. He's the one guy that you can't not block. You just got to get hands on him just to slow him down a little bit.
That
He's gonna
first
get
sack
by.
he had, they didn't even touch him.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
On that stretch play, one stretch play,
Yeah.
and he just freaking came out of nowhere with no blocking or anything.
We said it in the preview. I was more scared of Aaron Donald than I was Jalen Ramsey. And I'm sure Jalen Ramsey, I obviously haven't seen the tape, but I'm sure Jalen Ramsey had a huge impact on the game. But, dude, Aaron Donald is a beast. And, McVay's offense just came to life in that second half, especially that third quarter. They ran it down our throat the entire game, which
I thought the analysts had it pretty well when they were talking about it. Like they were saying that the Rams just kind of set themselves up for that those play actions in the second half by running the ball. Henderson was unreal.
Yeah.
I think he had almost 100 yards rushing, but like he was making those plays, those 20-yard bursts that were just destroying us.
Yeah.
And that ultimately led to, I think, the gaps in the coverage that we had, just because everyone was sucking up so much because the run game was working so well.
They ran it down our throat. So Henderson finished with 20 carries, 114 yards, touchdown, 5.7 a carry. And you could tell in that second half that Bills D was tired. They were gassed, especially in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And to be honest, defensively, maybe we just start there. The Bills in the second half had no answers for Jared Goff and McVay, and especially Henderson.
And it's actually it was kind of going back to last year. That was our kryptonite was those running plays.
Yeah.
I think our pass game was great last year, and it's been great this year. But like we're getting exposed. Like there was lanes wide open for Henderson to run through today. So I'm like, where do we address that first? Is that a linebacker issue or is that a defensive line issue? Is that guys just freaking getting tired? Do we need a better rotation in the linebacking core? I think that might have to factor in.
Yeah, I don't know what we obviously haven't seen it, but it just felt I think it started up front with the D line. Pass rush wise, they're great. They were putting pressure on Goff, especially in that first half.
Yeah.
I thought a lot, and the second half they definitely cooled off. But something with the gap schemes, like it's just like no one's in the middle, and then Henderson's just darting through, our first two tiers, and then it's up to like the secondary to get him. I don't want to talk too much about the run game because I think Jared Goff played an awesome game too.
I think
Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods are studs. They really are.
The way they use Robert Woods in their offense is really good. He's like taking those end arounds, and he's such a good receiver too. I think they utilize, like, Sean McVay, his offense. I mean, I had a little bit of doubts after last year, but it just put him in the forefront of my mind. Like, he is a genius when it comes to incorporating all kinds of guys' strengths into the offense.
Absolutely.
And just Goff. I mean, I was really impressed. He even down 28-3. I mean, he wasn't really phased. Like, he's so stoic, and like, you know, you've met him, so I mean, obviously, like, he's just a cool guy. Yeah. But he didn't really seem phased by that first half performance. So I think that you got to tip your hat to the way that he bounced back and was able to lead that offense back.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Cooper Kupp was a problem problem all day for the Bills. And I look at Taron Johnson, who had some big plays, but he was matched up on Kupp most of the day. And Kupp finished with 9 catches, 107 yards, and a touchdown on 10 targets. So, I mean, he was catching everything thrown his way. And, yeah, I mean, the secondary for the Bills, I thought shout out to Levi Wallace, first of all. He had a huge interception in that first half that the Bills turned into points. But,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Like, Trey, there was a couple plays where I saw Trey just, like, in the dust, and I'm like – and then that nickel spot. I really think the corner depth is maybe – I mean, it needs to be addressed. I think we knew that coming in this season. But – today, I really thought Taron Johnson, especially in pass coverage, just got exposed.
Yeah, I mean, just looking forward to next week. I mean, the Raiders got all that speed, interior guys, and they got Renfro, who's a good route runner. So, I mean, we could see them trying to pick on Taron Johnson in the slot. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, he was kind of getting exposed. Those crossing routes across the middle, he just, like a pick or anything, just threw him off. He wasn't able to recover. Yeah. So that was concerning. And you know what always concerns me? I know he always gets, like, stingers and gets hurt, but Micah Hyde, I feel like he's not 100% right now. He went down a few times after a few hits, and I know it happens like almost every game, but I'm just like, he's not he can't be 100% if he keeps going down like that. So I mean, that's concerning, because I'm like, when is he going to go down, you know?
I agree. And I mean, speaking of injuries, like, we saw a completely different defense when Milano and Edmonds were on the field, and this week, and Tyler Higbee had like 1 catch, I think. And I know we talked about pregame in our preview, was someone we were concerned about, but we've talked a lot of negative. I mean, let's get into positive. They did win this game. Milano and Edmonds, especially Milano, completely different defense when they're on the field. Completely different defense. It was night and day.
It's the range is ridiculous. And I remember Greg Jennings hitting on, I mean, he's a 6'5", 240 pounds. He had 200 tackle seasons before 21 years old. Like, he is going to be a stud. And, like, his range is crazy. Just stunning running backs at the line. I remember that one play where it was like 2nd and 1, and he just stoned the guy. And it was like, that's a big play.
I remember that. That was a big play, He's so young still. And then you got Milano. Milano, just in coverage, is so key to the Bills' defense. He let up a few catches, but dude, Goff was on it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Goff was when he had time to throw, he was picking the defense apart. But Milano in coverage is just it's a different defense. And thank God they were back today, because
he's a field general. I mean, like, it's just regardless, like, the aura of having him there. Like, you can trust the calls he makes. He's
fast.
Leader.
He just finds the football. He's just any
got a nose for the ball.
Yeah. And I mean, the Bills obviously don't win this game without those two in the middle. So shout outs to them. All right, we haven't talked about the offense yet. And I would say I was checking a lot of Twitter all day, but at halftime, when I was checking the Bills Twitter, I mean, we had national media saying Josh Allen is like, this, he's that. Like, he had an awesome first half. Killed, like, the Rams defense had no answers for him. Turnaround second half, that stupid throw that he made on that interception where he lofts it up to Tyler Kroft, who, by the way, had an amazing day. We'll get into that. Throws it up. It's a contested catch. Tyler catches the ball, and then the defender gets his arms in there, and then they both come down, and then somehow they rule it an interception, and they review the play, and it's still an interception. And Mike Pereira goes on saying, I mean, I know this. It's football 101. Tie goes to the receiver. It was absolutely a tie. The refs screwed us.
It wasn't a tie. No, that's the thing. It wasn't a tie. It was a catch.
I mean, he caught it.
So by rule, he had possession. Like it's like black and white. He had it, and then coming down with contact, the play is over because it's like, so it's not like Ty goes to receiver. Like they caught it at the same time. No, it was caught by Croft, and then going down.
Well, I mean, the guy had his hands on it. Yeah, no, I mean that's what Mike Pereira said basically.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Like once he caught it and then tucked it, that's him completing the catch, and then him getting contact to the ground. That's play over.
Right. So that play was that was early in the third. That was, I mean, the game just flipped on its head after that play, which was garbage to begin with. So first of all, I got to get this out there. I don't want to hear anything about the refs. I don't want to hear anything about that fourth quarter on the last drive, that pass interference call. That was illegal contact. It shouldn't have been pass interference. It should have been illegal.
It wasn't pass interference, but it was illegal contact. Yeah.
But I don't want to hear anything about the refs. That play completely changed the game. It was 28-3. Rams pick it off. Or I'm sorry, it was 28-10, I think. Rams pick it off. Then they score another time on throw to Robert Woods. Completely changed the game. I don't want to hear any excuses about the refs in this game. Yeah. They were garbage for both sides. It was bad from both sides.
I mean, the refs, in my opinion, was like a no factor. Like if you throw that pick, you don't. That's still 22 unanswered points that we gave up. Like at a certain point, even if they had scored off that play,
it was 29 unanswered.
Yeah, you got to just be in your head like, yeah, that was crap call, but it's not the end of the world. Like it was a freak play. Like we're still in domination, and I think we lost that. We were like, oh shoot.
You saw Josh Allen get. It was really the first time I saw him get like frustrated and like emotional, and on that one sack, on the sack that he had the fumble, he thought he got like horse collar down, which maybe.
Dude, I don't know there's really no rule about a horse collar for a quarterback in the pocket.
I was like, horse collar, like he definitely got in there. I don't know. Josh was pissed about it, and you saw. I mean, he got a what did he get? Unsportsmanlike conduct. Yeah, because he was talking to the ref, I'm sure. So that was the first time I saw Josh. And after that pick, I mean, he was like, what? He's like, how is that an interception?
Yeah. So, no, I I don't. When you looked at that play, it really wasn't as bad as it looked in like, real time. Like,
which one are you talking about?
The horse collar that he wanted to get. Like, he grabbed him like right here. Like, it was not even close to the collar. But he can't, like, in the middle of going down, like, try to be like, yo, like, yeah, I'm getting horse collar.
Dude,
no,
he like
complete the play, man, because you fumbled.
I know, he forgot about the play.
I was like, come on, man, like
dangling the ball out all game.
What the call is, you always finish the play or secure the ball because you don't know.
You're so right. Mid-play, the guy's asking for a horse collar, and it's like, dude, you just dropped the football.
Yeah, like, are you like, just check the box. Keep the ball, go down, and then argue. But like, don't go like in the middle. But I don't want to keep talking about these negatives.
Neither do I.
I love the show of emotion by Josh for certain aspects, but I don't like him like hitting his helmet on the sideline in frustration. Like that's not. You need to turn that into a positive emotion, I should say. But I liked his, like, he's sticking up for his guys. Like he knows what's right and wrong. Like he wants to win. He's a competitor. I like to see that. But like his game. He had a pretty good game today. I mean, purely off of just his throws. Like he had a pretty good throw to Diggs on the sideline that just showed that they're like in sync. Like
dude. That throw is money.
Yeah, that was a great throw.
He made a lot of impressive throws, and I agree.
To Beasley across his body at the end of the game for the 22-yard.
Third and 22. Yeah, that was
a good find across his body. Perfect throw. Like. He can make these plays, and that brings me back, man. All I kept thinking of was the playoff game where he just like, I mean, he was younger, getting more flustered, but he still was making plays in those playoff games. Like it was like 20-yard play, and I was like, man, to come back to this, and it was good to see like he didn't let the moment get too big. Like he
stayed poised. He stayed poised throughout the whole game. I mean, you have that interception. And then you have that fumble, and I mean those were two huge momentum-changing plays. And I mean, dude, shout out to him. He played a hell of a game. That interception shouldn't even been a pick, but he stayed poised throughout. The guy finished 24 for 33, 311 yards, another 300-yard game, 4 touchdowns passing at 1 stupid interception, and then he also had a rushing touchdown.
Yeah,
And
his
the guy
stat
was
line
money.
is ridiculous, man. His stat line the past 3 games is MVP, and I know I talked to you earlier about that, but like he's putting up legit MVP numbers and should be in the
Can't
conversation.
dispute that. Absolutely,
I mean,
you cannot dispute that. 5 touchdowns against this Rams defense.
Yeah, and 1 against Jalen Ramsey. Like that was just money, man. Him and Diggs, like just they got that freaking like I can't tell you enough. Just that connection. I don't know what it is.
So early still.
Yeah. And dude, Gabe Davis, that's
Huge
a hell
game.
of an entrance into the NFL.
Huge game.
What
4
a
catches,
good
81 yards for Gabe Davis.
Yeah, Gabe
And,
Davis, and he's securing that like 2B slot, like rotating with John Brown,
Well, so John Brown, I don't know at what point he was out, but I saw it like mid-game. They're like he was questionable with the calf injury. He was out most of the game.
I don't remember seeing him in.
I think he was out pretty early. This is 15 minutes after the game, so we don't have every detail about it, but he was out majority of the game. I know that. And yeah, that led Gabe Davis and frankly Cole Beasley to step up. And boy, did they ever. I mean, Cole Beasley finished with 6 catches, 100 yards. Down the stretch, I mean, that dude was money over the middle.
Dude, Cole Beasley's old reliable, man. Like, he's got that Jason Witten experience. And, like, he's always at the end of the games, too. Like, that's where he, like, comes out. He'll get his big yards. And it's always – and even during the game, it's always a big third down or something that he's always open, man. Like, he's like 7-Eleven, bro. He's always open.
And then, we got to talk about Tyler Kroft. That guy had the game-winning touchdown catch as well as another touchdown. He had 4 catches, 24 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, dude, how about that catch at the end of the game to win the game? The game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, especially as like a tight end that doesn't, I don't think he gets many chances to show his
Knox was out
like that. Yeah,
Knox was out, so he stepped up, man.
He stepped up big time, and that was good. Lee Smith, oh my God, that guy's been on
touchdown.
He's just been on the Bills like team forever. I feel like,
yeah,
just like they take him out of the closet every season,
dude. So, yeah, I mean, and then we also have to touch on Devin Singletary, who only had 13 carries, 71 yards, 5.5 carry. Why is he not getting the ball more?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
The guy's money.
The last possession, like the last couple of possessions of the game, we started really running the ball, I thought. And it was like, oh, shoot, we can do this. Like, we were rushing for first down after first down. I don't understand where this big, like, Josh can be good, but also by giving the ball off. You know what I mean? It just takes a lot off his plate. Like, and that's when the announcers were talking about the play where he got sacked, where he threw it out, and then they challenged it at the end of the game. Remember that?
Yeah.
And they made a good point. It was like at a certain point, Josh has to learn some things are out of his control. Like he's great at making spectacular plays, but at a certain point, like you just got to be like, all right, it's first down. Don't take a sack. And that goes back to like running the ball, because then that doesn't put you in situations where Josh has to make those.
I mean, I will give Daboll credit because he did call a run play on that last drive. Maybe a couple that were like excellent calls, like great calls. But I do feel like they abandoned the run, Singletary only had 13 runs and Josh threw it 33 times.
Yeah. And Singletary, when he did get the ball, like, do you see that dude just break his ankles?
Dude, he makes everybody miss. I love watching that kid play football. I'm just like I just sit back and I'm like, okay, couple ankles here, couple ankles there. Like, the dude is just electric when he gets the ball.
He's so good at making that one defender, so the guy whose responsibility it is to tackle him, he is so good at just breaking that one guy's ankles, and then there's nobody there because everyone else is with their other man. So it's like that's his bread and butter. And I love when we get him involved in like screens and anything on the outside, because he's just so good towards the sideline. I think that's where he excels, and I think Zach Moss is going to excel inside the tackle box once he gets healthy. And then Yeldon played a pretty good game, man.
I agree.
I think we got to look at him like getting more touches just in general.
Absolutely. I don't know why he's been on the team for what, like 2 or 3 years now, and they've literally neglected to get him the ball.
Yeah.
But he was a starting back. He was like the Jaguars' go-to
featured back in Jacksonville before Leonard Fournette.
And you look at his stats; they're not like that crazy, but he's great receiving out of the backfield. And yeah, I mean, he had 3 carries, 18 yards. Like he had a huge couple runs. So yeah, I would love to get him the ball more. All right, I wanna wrap it up because that was, dude. If we would have done this at halftime, we'd have been like, oh my god, the Bills are going to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
It was a tale of 2 halves. First half they looked amazing. They have to, that third quarter though, it continues. Last year it was like the Bills couldn't get it going until the third quarter.
Yeah.
This year it's like they get it going in every quarter but the third. And to surrender 29 straight points it's inexcusable. Like that is something championship teams don't do.
But you know what? Like, let's look at it from a positive sense. I'd rather them learn their lesson now. Like, even if they took the L, I would have rather them have this taste in their mouth early in the season than later. Like when it might matter more. You know what I mean? Like they're like, they can't let this happen again. It's already you can't be the Atlanta Falcons, man. Like, like come on. Like,
hey, we weren't. We didn't lose the game.
No, though. I know. I mean. Get it done. That's all that matters. You just got to get it done.
It at the end of the day, we don't care how it happened, but they got the win. And Josh in the fourth quarter is money. The dude, I really feel like we're never out of a game with Josh Allen because the guy, he just turns it on when we need it. And that last drive, I mean, talk about adversity. 3rd and 22, he just came off like 2 sacks from Aaron Donald, fumbled it away the previous possession. Like, the odds were stacked up against him, and fourth quarter, a couple minutes left. I think they started the drive with like 3 minutes left. They brought the clock all the way down 15 seconds, and they came out with the win. And dude, you got to respect that. Like that is what championship teams don't do is give up 29 straight points, but what they do is find a way to win when the odds are just stacked up against them. And like, what an impressive win for the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, even if that third quarter collapsed, like.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, take this as like a learning, opportunity, and just like move on from it. And like, honestly, I'm so happy because I think the way that they're clicking on offense just is.
Yeah, dude, the Bills finally have like a fun offense to watch.
I know.
It's
awesome. It was like watching paint dry like the past 2 seasons.
Oh, it's been brutal.
Last year. But I would love to see Josh's like fourth quarter game-winning drive number or like the percentage of.
I saw it before the drive. It was he leads the NFL. I don't know since when, but it said 6 game-winning drives, and this was the 7th. So, dude, the guy's clutch, man. Never out.
Yeah, I'm excited to see next week. I really 4-0. Hopefully, let's start off the season like last year. Get a good start.
Yep. So we'll have a Raiders-Bills preview coming up early this week. But Bills fans, man, enjoy this win. What an emotional roller coaster. I'm still just like.
The Bills make me want to drink.
Yes. Yeah. I will be doing that after this.
Yeah.
But awesome, dude. What a fun game. That's why you love football.
Oh man, I'm like still trying to like calm down a little bit. Like, dude, I love football season, man. There's nothing better. Bills sneak out with a win. What was the final? 35-32. High scoring game. I did not expect that high scoring. I didn't either.
But
exciting stuff. So I'm excited for next week.